I was shy. I could go home, but I can't. It's too scary. Bleh. Done.
Hey folks, today is May 13th, 8:09 p.m. My name is James, and let's take a look and see what kind of garbage happened today. So big time selling here. There are some positives though, and we're going to go over those. So the S&P is bouncing off the 100-day, even though closed below this. Wait and see mode is what I'm in right now because I need to see what actually happens here. I got stopped out of the stock that I was in. I will not be making another trade. I need to wait and see what this market wants to do. Bouncing off the 100-day though, and then closing slightly below that support line. I'm hoping that we actually bounce back over that on the S&P. On the NASDAQ, we did actually close above this support line. Let me zoom right in here. You can see here, we're like right on it. It was right there. Almost came close to the 100-day too, in blue there. The NASDAQ could lead us, so that would be positive, although a lot of the tech got really slammed, like the chips and a lot of techs got slammed. This is really in wait and see mode right now. Negative, look at the Russell. Ugh, dead. Look at that. Straight through the 200, straight through the 100. Really bad looking. Of course, the Russell kind of reacts really strongly sometimes too, though. So, again, I just want to wait and see what happens with this. I want to see if we bounce off the moving averages to get back over this support line. It's kind of hard, though, because there's a lot of headline risk, is what you would call it, out of China and the trade talks and tariffs and whatever. You never know what's coming, it seems like. Who knows, right? So I'm in cash. I'm staying in cash until we basically need to see some kind of more positive talk again coming out of the China talks. If we don't get that, I don't know where this market's going. So let's take a look. I was in Lockheed Martin. I got stopped out of it. It held up pretty well. If I just look at it technically, it stopped me out. There's basically no pattern here now. I wouldn't retrade this now with the way that the market is, unless yeah, I wouldn't retrade it again. Mongo, this looks fantastic. This is one of the strongest stocks in the market that I see right now. Again, though, if things get negative, we want to see it hold that line. If it can't, the pattern's wrecked. But it's been holding up really well through all of this recent uncertainty and negativity. So we'll see if it can hold that lower line. Also, this list is the same length as been the last few videos. It's going to shrink after today because there's a lot of patterns that are just wrecked. I'm just going to take them out because I don't want to see them anymore. Now is back within the pattern. I probably wouldn't think about trading that one again right now. This guy got killed. Such a strong day Friday and then just killed. You likely got stopped out of there. So for me, I would have been in here at break even on a day like we had on Friday. Obviously it came back right through that. I would be stopped out and I'd be done with that. Shopify got gapped down, but it rebounded. There was buying, not a ton, but it still rebounded. I'm probably going to keep this one in the list because as the market is figuring out what it's going to be doing next, this thing should repattern. It's a strong stock. I would imagine it's going to repattern itself, and I want to keep an eye on that and see what it does. The majority of these, well, let me go back through Shopify because this is a bit of a different story. Initially, I gave a buy here, which would have taken you up to this area. Then earnings were coming out, which I always say don't hold over earnings. So you would have been out somewhere in here. Then the earnings came out before the market opened, and there's two highs right here, creating a line, could have bought right there again. So if anybody did that, now I wasn't able to give all the recommendations, but that's something you could have done if you would have kept track of it. If you were in from there, you should still be in from there, no matter what it did today, because today it didn't really do that much. It gapped down and then was bought. So you'd still be in right here at break even. If you're in there, Shopify looks good. Shopify still looks fine. And my stop, for me personally, I would still be in my stop right here. I wouldn't have sold today. I wouldn't have done anything. I would just be sitting in it. So I'll keep track of Shopify. But yeah, I would still be in right there. Facebook, this is done. I'm not even gonna spend time on it. I would be out. I wasn't in it, but I'm not gonna watch it for a while. I'm gonna wait and see what comes later. CRM came down below the line. That's not good. I'd like to see if the market can rebound and get back in there. I might keep an eye on that for another day or two and see what the market does with it. Palo Alto got sent right through the lower line. That one's done. So many of these are finished, except this guy. Look at this. Whew, what happened with that? So I had this pattern before, and then the earnings came out. I recommended buying it as it broke out with the earnings. If they were good, they were good, so you would be in from here. I would still be in right here. Although it did break a high, I probably still wouldn't move the stop yet. I'd give it another day or two and see if it can continue to climb. Really good. I don't know how this thing held up, but it looks fantastic. But yeah, I would stay in here. This would be where my stop is, and then give it another day or two and see if it can still make upside, and then think about moving the stop at that point. There's another one. Amazingly, it's up. So yeah, I had a buy here. Its earnings were this day, I believe. So if you got in there, it's still trying to climb. It still looks good. My stop would still be down here. PI, here we go. This thing is not good. I'm not even spending a lot of time on these because these patterns are just wrecked. Hubs is still within the little flag. That's not a great flag, but it's still in there. If this upper line continues to form and then we get upside and it breaks, that would be a buy area. DOMO, I changed this pattern. I had the line down here on an angle, but I realized that this is probably making more sense. So it's a descending channel, falling wedge kind of pattern. And it's still within it. We keep an eye on that for now. Ollie, nope. COUP still within this little flag. Look at that. Yeah, I adjusted this today or yesterday. I think it was today. Kind of looking like a flag now. Give that more time, see if it holds up. Spotify. This is the stock I love to hate because it never does what I want. But regardless, it's still within the line, so that's good. Keep an eye on that. ZM, I have this just as an upper resistance line. Its earnings are June 6th. Give that some time and see if it can still kind of form into something better, maybe more bullish. And that all depends if the market wants to go up from here or what. That thing, look, it's still within the pattern. That's nice. And then CMG, this actually fell out of the line as I had it drawn yesterday. I've adjusted it today to compensate for the fact that it bounced. So we still got an ascending triangle happening here. And I wanted to show one other thing here. I showed this as a short previously. And then I thought that maybe it was too dangerous to short, because these were some bottoming tails. If you're in from here, it kind of looked like it was going to rebound, and nope, it did not. So if you held on, if you got in there short and you held on, you got a nice move today, short, on the short side. Let's take a look at these. What happened with these? Nope, dead. I don't really have any lines on this guy yet, but yeah, maybe that will form into something nice. Tesla looks really bad. I'm just keeping it there to keep an eye on it. Yeah, so that's it. Rough day. We have to wait and see what happens with the S&P and the NASDAQ here, and see if we can actually get any kind of bounces, if we can get any news that can help the market. big time wait and see here. If you got stopped out of stuff, I would not recommend trying to buy anything more right now. If you're still in something like Shopify, but you're in nice and low, keep the stop there. Give it a chance to swing around, see what it does. Otherwise, yeah, we got to wait and see what this thing wants to do, but it looks pretty bleak. So that list is going to shrink. There's a lot of them. You can see the patterns are just broke. I'll be shrinking that, deleting a lot of stuff, narrowing it down to just the things that are still holding up and still looking good. And then we'll be talking about those tomorrow. I'll see you next time.